I'm a huge fan of SHF, and I'm a really big fan of Spider-Man. If you combine the two, you'd expect greatness, right? Well... What's up, Nats? Today we're going to be taking a look at the SH Figure Arts Gamerverse Spider-Man from just the Gamerverse. Yeah, this is clearly based off MVC, but of course they can't say that. Regardless of legality, this figure is frustrating. Oh my goodness. SHF could have had an easy win here, but due to some ridiculous engineering decisions, this figure really falls flat. But before we get into that, let's cover...
Let's see what you're packing, pal.
Accessory-wise, I'm not complaining. There's a lot of good here. The head sculpts are really strong. I'll get on this in the aesthetic section. I'm not particular to this design.
I'm personally a huge fan of Eric Larson's art.
Oh, I'm getting upset for no reason.
Me too, I hate every one of you here.
Oh, when this is over.
So I have no bias, but I can also admit when something is good, even if I don't like it. These head sculpts are very well rendered. I love the bubbly eyes. It's very expressive, very fun feeling. This is Spider-Man. He's the guy you want to see when someone's kicking your ass. I feel like these heads really give off that expression, although I wish there was a little more extremity in expression. You know, I feel like this should be just a little angrier, or this should be even more extreme. Although this is pretty up there, so I'd say give this guy a little more anger. Although they are not bad at all. As for the rest, we get pretty much all the Spider-Man hands you'd want. Open hands, the arthritis hands, flipping, gripping, and fisting. Whoa. They're all really well rendered. All feel really nice to pop in and out, so good job, Bandai. These kind of go in tandem with each other. So this isn't an accessory, it's more like a tool. Basically, you pluck this little red bit out of his back, and then you can plug his Spidey sense effect right here in his back, like so, and then he's like, oh,
I'm decapitated.
and yeah, it's a very simple but well executed accessory. I really like this. As for the webs, I mean, he is Spider-Man. He has this web shield which goes into his gripping hand like so. Oh, missed it. Oh my god. He could hold the shield and shield himself from criticism. And the final accessory is a web line that he can cling onto and swing from. I am surprised that they don't have any direct web effects from, you know, from the... I feel like that's a bit essential to be missing out on. There is also one last accessory. We get two pieces of cardboard that yeah, Spider-Man Ultimate Web Throw, and then you can pose the figure like he's throwing it. That's awesome. There you go. There's the flipping. One cool thing I noticed is that you can also have it displayed twice. You can have it displayed as like a corner piece. See, it continues it. Or you can have it standing next to each other like I showed. This, I mean, it's cardboard, man. Nothing special here.
What's cooking, good looking?
Wanted to open this segment off with a side profile because that's kind of one of the more iconic looks for this design. This is MVC Spider-Man, so obviously it's a game. He's gonna be looking left or right. This does it excellently. But regardless of what profile you're looking at, this thing looks amazing. I mentioned this earlier. This is not my ideal Spider-Man. However, throughout my time playing with this design has grown on me. There's not much in terms of cell shading, which kind of sucks. I feel like this design could really benefit from just some highlights, some low points. I don't know. But in terms of the actual Spider-Man, you know, the web lines, the spider logos, it's all there, man, and it's all great. This is a very amazing looking piece, and I can't complain about having it on my shelf because this thing looks gorgeous. This figure has the benefit of looking good in both stationary and action poses. I mean, there's no pose where, a pose that it can do. There's no pose that it can do that it doesn't look good in. This is kind of crazy how they engineer this in a way that, like here, for example, if you tilt the head up, the chin doesn't get cut off anywhere. Like there's no, well, okay, there's no cutoff points, and yeah, like everything is very well integrated. See, the design of the web stretches as if it were cloth, kind of like that Beetlejuice figure I took a look at. This one's easier to get away with because it's just blue. But yeah, there's a lot of smart engineering here on the aesthetics that I wish were passed over on the actual like articulation. Speaking of which,
You really ought to loosen up.
one of the defining traits of Spider-Man is his dynamicism. This guy is going crazy in his books, games, movies, whatever. He's always contorting and twisting in ways that a human simply cannot. This figure, unfortunately, is very human. He puts the man in Spider-Man, which, you know, that's not always a good thing. I will say the articulation on the torso and up, great. I love the range on the neck. That is amazing. You can get him to hunch forward and he kind of, damn kids. You got a lot of good dynamicism there, and you get all the joints you'd want, even a very nice integrated butterfly joint, which does an amazing cross. Look at that. Even the legs, I'd say, are decently done, except the thighs, well, this thigh is very tight to the point where, well, actually, never mind, the thigh got really loose. The first time I swiveled this thigh, y'all, I thought I was going to snap it off. I guess it loosened up. But yeah, everything's there. The toe joint is not as integrated as you want it to be. It's on the tippy tip, which is not the best place for them. You want it to be a little deeper, so it has more surface area when it's touching the floor. But the biggest deal breaker is everything to do with his crunch and crotch. Let's talk about spider crotch. Typically, right, you're doing a 3-point stand. Here, let's set him up. I think this will do. We're not going to do a full setup. Here's the thing, right? You pose him up, you get him in his little 3-point stance, and you want to lift. Even for the demo, I'm scared. Basically, if you lift his legs too high up, the crotch begins to split. You see that? What the fuck? Bandai, come on. Like, this is the easiest slam dunk ever, and y'all, I don't know what y'all were thinking. So yeah, doing like simple poses, like the 3-point stance, or just anything remotely like spider-like, just, I don't like this. I don't like what I'm doing. It starts splitting his crotch. So yeah, I mean, you can get the pose, right? That's not my best work. That is far from my best work. But you pick him up and you're like, oh, well, time to put him back. Ew. And yeah, and unfortunately, before recording, just like messing with this, learning how this figure works, I did split it completely open. And I am lucky I didn't break this. Now, this issue was addressed in the manual included with the figure, but that's like me giving you a chicken sandwich and then putting a little note that says, by the way, I put a little bit of cyanide in there, so be careful with that, buddy. For the price you're paying, you should not have a figure break on you, and the fact that this breaks just doing basic Spider-Man stuff, because this is his range without stressing that joint. That's unacceptable for Spider-Man. Spider-Man needs to like kick his face, at least. I think even the maximum can do that, although you did some crunching, right? This guy can barely look at his feet. He's like, ugh. You gotta, and even then I feel like I've been stressing this bit. I guess not, but you know, if you really want to like get some good spider, like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that anymore. I hate this crotch piece, and I hate the way it works with this. It's just, there's not enough crunch for a character like Spider-Man. If this was on any other figure, like Cyclops, this is perfect articulation for that. But Spider-Man needs a little more. You know, he's Spider-Man, man. Come on. I will say, like I said, with the aesthetics, regardless of, you know, what pose you put him in, he does look good. It's just the chances of breaking him are higher than usual, and that sucks. Also, these butt covers that are typically used to basically, you know, when he kicks forward, you can adjust the butt to make it look more, you know, butt-like, don't actually move. Like, they are pretty much fused. Like, yeah, they're not independent. They're too tight, so there's really no point to doing this. And you get weird, yeah, see, you get some weird butt crotch things if you make them bend back too much. So I don't know. I think the engineers fell asleep for this one, or they chose looks over utility. Regardless, I don't like that decision, especially for a character as simple as Spider-Man. You really shouldn't be prioritizing aesthetics on a character like this, because the aesthetics are so simple. So it's so easy. It's way too easy to get a slam dunk on a figure like this. Yet somehow SHF did not? What the heck? So is this the worst Spider-Man figure ever? Hell no. Bandai beat itself with that bend. Look, this figure is one of those situations where I desperately wanted it to be amazing, but it falls flat on a lot of aspects that, to me, are deal breakers in regards to Spider-Man. I am having fun messing with him and posing him, but I just wish he could get the dynamicism of, believe it or not, a Marvel Legend. I feel like if you can't hit Marvel Legend poses at the price point of SHF, you're really fumbling the bag. Which sucks because this is a company that has shown time and time again that they're very capable of making phenomenal figures. It makes you wonder what was going on. Like, is this a different design team? What was the direction? I feel like there's a bit of a story to uncover there, because this is definitely not their best work. And in terms of their other Spideys, while I don't own them personally, I've seen a lot of testimonials saying that they're pretty damn good. I'm currently waiting on my brand new Day figure, and I've heard a lot of good, because it's basically just a re-release of the No Way Home Final Swingsuit. But yeah, it makes me wonder, it's like, okay, the same team that made that figure made this? That's impossible, right? So yeah, I don't know. It's not a bad figure, but it has a lot of stupid choices that piss me off. So buyer beware with it. I'd say get it if you really like the design and you're going to be careful and understand that, yeah, this is not the most dynamic Spidey on the market. Anyways, that's pretty much all I gotta say. So like the video if you liked it. Comment down below. What do you think about this figure? What do you think about MVC? What do you think about SHF's weird design choices?
Subscribe to Silvernet.
For more Silvernet content. Alrighty, y'all. Take care of yourselves, and as always,
I've never felt